Gang!
But there are a lot of artists who, to my knowledge, had a lot of financial backers. I can start name dropping people like crazy. G-Eazy, Chance the Rapper. Should you find an investor to spend money on your music career? Okay, I'm gonna make this into two different videos. First, in this video, I'm going to specifically talk about what it would mean if you went and found somebody to give you money to invest in your career, right? Similar to a label, because there's a lot of ways to look at this, okay? And I have some stories to tell you guys, right? I want you to look at it like this. There's different types of investors, okay? There's people who will give you a loan, okay? Number one, you can get a loan for your career. Let's say like somebody gives you $20,000 and they're like, okay, but you have to pay me back and you have to pay me back with interest, okay? So like you get 20 from them, but you may have to pay them back $22,000 to $24,000 over time, or you can pay them back in smaller increments, right? So that's one type. That's a loan. Then there's going to be people who want to invest in your career, and when they invest in your career, you might not have to pay them back, okay? But they want a piece of what you are worth, okay? So they're going to get paid back tenfold, all right? So let's say that somebody invests, they give you $20,000, but they want 10% of any money you ever make forever, okay? And I have a little story for you. That's why I kind of wanted to make this video as well. 2013, I think it was. I needed money. I had no money at all, and I didn't know where I was gonna get money to invest or try new ideas and see what would work, right? Because sometimes you need money to try things with money to see if it'll work. So I was like, okay. My boy was like, okay, I can line you up with some rich people I know. Let's go talk to this person. Let's go to this person. So I went up to this penthouse in this building, and the guy had a lot of money. All right, like he had a lot of money. And when I went up there, he's like, I've never invested in a rapper. He's like, I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, and then so this is what he offered me. This is absurd now. Think about this. So he offered me $5,000 for 10% of anything I ever make. $5,000. Right? And to me, that's preposterous. And I don't even say preposterous. I never say the word preposterous. To me, that was preposterous. Okay, that was absurd. Because if you think about that, right? If somebody gives you $5,000, it may seem like a lot of money. Maybe you can get off the ground with it, right? But when you look at it in the long term, $5,000 isn't shit. Imagine when you're making $5,000 a show, which is like a lower end amount of show money, like $3,000 to $5,000. That's nothing. You'll sell that in merch a week when you start popping. If I had to fucking pay somebody fucking 10% of everything I make, right now I'm worth over $1 million. And that's from businesses and everything. But let's just say that I made $1 million from music. I would have had to give that guy back $100,000. And he'd still continue making money from me, because 10%, like, it's not ever worth giving up a percentage of how much money you're worth. Because here's the thing: in the long run, when everything gets going and everything is building momentum and buzzing, you can make $1 million off of one song streaming, right? So the reason I'm making this video is to tell you, if somebody is going to offer you a loan and you can show them a business plan saying, look, I can pay you back, this is when I'll be able to pay you back, I mean, the chance of you getting one as a rapper is not very high. But there are a lot of artists who, to my knowledge, had a lot of financial backers. I can start name dropping people like crazy. G-Eazy, Chance the Rapper. In order to get off the ground, if you're already showing momentum, somebody will generally step in and be like, yeah, I'll give you money, but I want this back. So it's okay to take a loan. But pretty much, let me tell you like this, that's what a record label is. Okay, a record label is just an overpriced loan. Okay, because a record label will come in and you got to give them, oh, you went to hit the curb, bro. Oh, that's the curb, bro. Ah, you little bitch. If they give you $100,000 to market your music, the record label has to recoup that $100,000 and any other expenses before you start getting any money. So when you sign to a label, all it is a overpriced loan. Okay, you're not actually getting, unless they give you money and they're like, well, this is yours. It's rare though. You have to be worth a lot of money. We'll be like, okay, sign the deal with us. We'll give you this much money up front, and you get to keep that. We only have to recoup this, and this, right? So if you can go find a financial investor that's willing to put $20,000 into you, that's fantastic. As long as you're going to get it for a good interest rate, as long as you're going to not have to pay back too much money, and you can pay back over a period of time, which makes sense that you can actually do. Okay, but don't go giving away a piece of yourself, equity, in yourself as a business. Because imagine somebody like what Jay-Z had done that, or anybody who's worth money as an artist now. It's not worth it, and that's why I thought it was preposterous. It's absurd to think that I would give 10% of what I'm worth, even maybe for $40,000, or I would have been like $40,000. Well, that's what would make it a year. That would give me a lot of headroom and ability to do that. But for anything less than $25,000, don't go doing that. Okay, now I'm gonna make another video on what would you do if you had the money, because a lot of people think, well, if I had the money I would, and then you're like, what would I do? Well, shoot a video and right. So I'm going to go over a video of that with you, because that's another issue, is that we often think if we had the money we could fix everything. Problem is what are you going to do if you had the money? Where are you going to perfectly spend that money to pop yourself off? Because that $20,000 isn't even a lot of money in the scheme of things. It's really not. So you're going to take out a loan, Take it alone, that's okay, that's understandable, but do not give up a percentage of yourself. Yes, I do say if you're ready to market yourself and you feel like you have the material, the records, and the branding, and you have a solid fan base and you have some buzz built, go find a financial backer, okay? A lot of big rappers have done it. I can start saying other rappers that I know, but I don't really want to start saying people's names because I feel like it's almost calling them out, because it's like, well, y'all couldn't have done it without a financial backer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't have done it, because it's like when you get a financial backer, you didn't really do it on your own, okay? Realistically, you didn't really do it on your own. You're never going to be like, did it on your own. You know what I'm saying? So think about that too. But at the same time, take opportunities if they come your way, if they make sense and they're valuable. You know what I'm saying? So you just became a smarter rapper. Hope this helps you. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, hit me with a subscribe, and go find yourself a financial backer. All right?